My name's Colin. This is Courtney, Davis, and Reagan. We're a part of the fundraising committee team for Bulletproof Mentors, and we are the senior staff. Today we're going to be talking to you guys about the annual fundraising event hosted by Bulletproof Mentors. So according to our compiled statistics, in the past 3 years, Bulletproof Mentors has hosted the 5K run, and the donations have decreased by 20%, while the attendance has decreased by 15%. My team and I have been specializing in marketing and managing fundraising events like this for over 10 years altogether. So today our purpose is to propose a new event. Based on our findings, we think there's a need for change. And we're aware of the 5K event of being sort of a tradition for Bulletproof Mentors and its successes in the past. But based on the past 3 years statistics, we think there's a need for change. So Courtney will be talking to you about why we think the change is needed. Reagan will then talk to you about our proposed solution and our rationale behind why we think that is the best solution. And then Davis will talk to you about some counterpoints and how we ruled those out and got to our choice. And then I will close it out and review with you guys what we went over and talk about some action steps that we would take following the proposal. So with that, I'm going to give it to Courtney, who's going to talk to you guys about the need for change.
So we as the fundraising committee have compiled statistics of Bulletproof Mentors' annual 5K run fundraiser over the past 5 years. And we found that even though this event has done really well in the past, over the last 3 years there has been some downfalls to this event. So through the research, we have come up with several problems as to why we see fit as a need for change in this event. So the first problem that we have with this event is a decrease in attendance over the past 3 years. So there's been an average decline of about 15% in attendance over the past 3 years. And so we find that this is true due to the extensive training and efforts that it takes not only to run this 5K, but to plan prior to this 5K. And so for this event, it is a run, so you must be physically fit in order to participate, which we have found that turns off many potential donors of this event. So we also see that this is unreasonable to plan this far in advance to participate in this event. Furthermore, while putting in all this effort before and during the race, there's actually no reward or incentive for these runners who have dedicated time and efforts to training for this event, thus making members uninterested in this event. So the second problem that we have that we found through our research was the decrease in donations. And over the past 3 years, donations have fell by 20%. And so we feel that this is due to the decrease in the attendance, but we also realize that we need to create an event that is going to be more profitable for our organization. And so we're in need of a better idea as to what it is that the people want to spend their money on and what they want to take part of, and then something that's more inclusive to all ages and types of people, whether you're a runner or not. Running isn't fun to everybody, so we want to make this event inclusive for all. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Reagan, and she's going to discuss what ideas we have in order to increase our attendance and donations.
So the rationale and reasoning behind our raffle and gaming night is to make sure that we make an event that the community enjoys. Our team went over and decided that the two most important things that we needed to focus on when deciding upon an event were not only the monetary donations, but also spreading awareness and bringing the community in through the event. So the biggest thing that Courtney previously touched upon is that not everyone can participate in our event. So we wanted to make sure that the community felt like they could all get involved and be included in our event. So by bringing in a game and a raffle night, everyone would be able to be included, whether they were young children or the elderly and everyone in between. With this being said, it was a big pull for us to make sure that we could find something that would really entertain people and make people want to go. we've decided that one of the biggest things we would need to do is send a survey to people who have continuously attended our 5K event. See what is bringing them back to the event every year, whether that be the philanthropy, the time of year, or if there was a certain aspect of the event that they really enjoyed that they would want to see implemented, even though we are changing the event, in the new raffle and gaming night, that we could still implement that in. That is something that would be one of the first steps we would need to do in order to implement our new event. That way, even though the event is changing, we would still be able to get their input and make sure that we're doing something that the community wants and the community wants to get involved in. As well, what Courtney and Colin have touched upon is that our donations have decreased by 20%. So in order to get into the event, it would be a one-time purchase of a ticket. The ticket price would be based on surveys we would do later on, what would be applicable and able for the community to afford. And then furthering from that, they would have the ability, once they get into the event, to buy additional raffle tickets to be able to win the larger raffle prizes at the end of the evening. Once the attendees are in the event, they would have the ability to have complimentary beverages, food, and music. So another point that we would have to do is we would have to make sure that all of these, the food, the beverage, and the music, were age appropriate, and again, something that the community would want to enjoy. Our biggest point here is making sure that inclusivity. So that way, even though we're focusing on attendance and donations if we just really focus on what the community wants, and as we have seen that the 5K is just not as easily participatable, not everyone can participate in the 5K, and anyone could come and attend the raffle no matter what their age is or how physically fit or non-fit they are. Anyone can attend the event. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to Davis.
And as a team, we realized that not all of our solutions were perfect, so I'll be presenting all of the counterpoints we came up with to our solution. And some potential concerns would be just like the 5K race, having a decrease in attendance and donations. We want to have an interactive and fun way to participate in a game that you can purchase multiple times, round 2 and round 3, and a raffle that you can buy multiple tickets for to increase your chances of winning. And some reasons why the solution is the best option is all the benefits outweigh the negatives because of the carnival games being entertaining for the consumer and just really promoting giving back to a good cause. This directly contributes to more donations with the price to pay and play and paying multiple times. The team came up with multiple ideas and weighed out the benefits and the negatives to each one, and we thought that carnival games and raffle tickets would have the biggest increase on our goals, better attendance and donations from our consumers and at the fundraiser. And people are naturally competitive, so I believe that this will be a great way to get people out and donating to our fundraiser. And with that being said, I'm going to pass it over to Colin for our final actions.
So we've talked about the need for change. Courtney talked to you about that. And then Reagan talked to you about the solution and the rationale for why we picked our need for change with the raffle and gaming event. And then Davis talked to you about counterpoints. And so with that, I'm going to review what action and steps we would take following the proposal. So with your approval, my team and I are confident that this new fundraising event will produce more donations and more attendees than the previous 5K run did. So next steps would be first the approval, and then following the approval we would begin marketing our new fundraising event to the potential donors. So again, we know that the 5K run has been sort of a tradition at Bulletproof Mentors, but we remind you not to fear this change, because although you could lose something good, you could also be gaining something great. Thank y'all.